Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the post-race press conference with our top 5 professional women who raced with us today as part of the 2024 VinFast IRONMAN World Championship. My name is Joanne Murphy and I'll be hosting this afternoon's press conference. So first of all, welcome to all of our media gathered here in Nice with us, and welcome to all of our viewers who are tuning in from around the globe after a historic day of racing for the women of Ironman, who put on an incredible showcase of sport for everybody around the world to see. A huge merci to the Ville de Nice for being such wonderful hosts for today's incredible event, and we are so proud to now chat with 5 of your top female professionals, including your new VinFast Ironman World Champion. So I've done enough talking so far today. Yes, I think we need a little round of applause there. There we go. So it's time to introduce your professional women who finished in the top 5 positions here in Nice with us today. With a 55:30-minute swim, a 5:17:42 bike, and a 2:57:24, and a total finish time of 9 hours, 15 minutes and 47 seconds, representing the United Kingdom, Nikki Bartlett. In only her second ever Ironman and her first ever Ironman World Championship, she swam a 49:56, she biked a 5:12:27, and she ran a 3:02:30 to run herself onto the podium in 4th position in a total time of 9:09:34. Please welcome from France, Marjolaine Pierre. Swimming 49:58. She went full gas on the bike course for a 5:15:14, and she flew on that Hoka run course for a 2:54:25 marathon. A total race time today of 9:04:38. Representing the USA, please give it up for Chelsea Sodaro. With a super swim this morning, 49:43, saw her complete that Roka 3.8 kilometre swim, a 5:05:46 on the bike course, and a 2:53:06 marathon, going sub-9 on the course today in a total time of 08:53:20. Please welcome from the United Kingdom, 2nd place, Kat Matthews. It was a 53:16 swim, a 5:02:25 bike, and a superb run of 2:44:59 for a total finish time of 8 hours, 45 minutes and 15 seconds for your new Ironman World Champion from Germany, Lara Philipp. First of all, welcome. How are we? Is everybody smiling? Everyone is smiling. That's the first thing out of that's the first question out of the way. So I'm going to start with you, Nikki Bartlett. A 5th place finish, a dream come true, you said on the finish line. How does it feel?
It hasn't quite sunk in yet. I think I've literally just been crying since. Yeah, it's been emotional. It's kind of, it's something I've always dreamt about. I came in kind of hoping for a top 10 and you know, the dream would be the top 5, and yeah, it's something I've always wanted as a pro in my career. 37, so I've been a pro now for like 9 years, and I've got it, and I'm chuffed to bits, and it hasn't sunk in, and I'm kind of still thinking I'm going to wake up and being like, oh, it's race day. But no, I'm really pleased.
This time last year, you were crowned the winner of Ironman Wales, but it didn't go all to plan over the past few months in terms of injury and getting ready for this race. This was definitely your focus. It was your A race. Yep. Talk us through how the day unfolded for you.
Yeah, I had a great swim. It was a bit carnage. I got absolutely battered in the swim. But I managed to get on some good feet and, came out and, had a great ride and a great run, and just all fell into place. I had actually about 2.5 hours into the bike, I was like, oh, if it was a 70.3, I'd be getting off. But no, it all came into place, and it was kind of my dream day, really.
And another dream day coming up next week?
Yeah, in 6 days we get married, so yeah, really pleased.
So, will the celebrations tonight in Nice turn into a a last-minute hen party as well, and will you be upgrading your champagne on your wedding day?
Yeah, I think, we're just going to be celebrating now for the next 10 days. And, well, our families are already there. They're waiting for us to go and join them. But it's going to be a nice, big, long celebration.
Well, congratulations. We're delighted you finished in 5th position here today. Nikki Bartlett, everybody. Marjolaine, 2nd ever Ironman, an Ironman World Championship rookie, and you finished in 4th place. You must be extremely proud of yourself today.
Thank you.
Clearly you're very happy.
Yeah, I slept on my own bed, and maybe I'm still on a dream. It was a really hard and fun day. And I'm super proud of myself. I was so scary about an Ironman. So, and I felt super nice this morning on the bike, so I tried to play my card and just have fun, and it was really nice.
So you led the race, for quite a while. I mean, that's a huge achievement in itself to actually lead the Ironman World Championship. Talk us through what was going through your head when you knew that every other athlete on the course was chasing you down.
I was like, maybe I'm going to do like Clément last year, and I don't want to blow up. But I just stick on my own race plan, and I was like, but where are the girls? And I wanted to be less alone. But it was super nice to be with Kat and Laura on the plateau. And with this strong wind, I'm more with super strong ladies.
You mentioned on the finish line that you were quite cautious on the descents. Do you think that set you up for such a strong run today as well, kind of maybe taking it a little bit easier in the second portion of the bike course to have a great run course?
On every corner when I brake, I was like, no brake. I thinking to Kat when she said like, no brake, do the aero. And I was like, I'm not aero, I brake on every corner. And it's like easy time to go fast on a downhill. It's like without energy you can go fast, but I was super scary. So yeah, I was just like, it's life.
Well, you did exceptional despite being cautious on the second part of the full gas bike course. Marjolaine, it must be such an honour for you as a French athlete to have the VinFast Ironman World Championship here in France and in Nice as well. Tell us what it means to you to have this event here and to have a women's race day here in Nice.
It was super fun to race with just ladies and to have all the boys cheering us and get our bags, and they were like nice to have all of these guys around us and be able to race on my own city is incredible. I wanted to go on an Ironman last year just to qualify for Nice. I lived in Rhode Island. It's quite the same atmosphere than Kona. So at the beginning I was quite sad to don't race in Kona, but I hope next year be able to race.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much and congratulations on your 4th place finish here today in Nice. We're moving now on to Chelsea Sodaro. Chelsea, there's no doubt about it, but you left it all out on the course today.
It was a pretty hard-fought swim, bike, and run for me today. I think when you're competing against athletes like this, you have to pour it all on the course and see where you land, and I think I did my best at that today.
You mentioned earlier when we were chatting that by 20 kilometres into the run, maybe you weren't so sure how you would fare out in getting to the finish line. Talk us through what was going through your mind in those final 10 kilometres of the Hoka run course.
Yeah, I had maybe less than ideal preparation for this race and wasn't able to put in the run volume that I usually am, and my quads blew halfway through the marathon, which isn't ideal. So I think it just took a lot of grit to get to the finish line. I have such an amazing team here who have supported me so well in getting to the start line. It was really a heroic effort on their part, and I wanted to bring them home some hardware.
Every time you've stepped on the start line of an Ironman World Championship, you've done exceptionally well. You were the champion in 2022. You finished 6th last year in Kona, 3rd here today. You must be extremely proud of what you've achieved so far.
I am really proud of what I've achieved so far. I think
I think the button might have been pressed there, Chelsea. Sorry to interrupt you. Just press it so it's green.
Sorry.
There we go.
I am really proud of what I don't know if it's me. I'll hold down here.
Okay. Race Ranger in the press conference.
The Race Ranger did work exceptionally today, I have to add. I am really proud of what I've accomplished.
Let's say. Oh, sorry. Kat has the other one.
Thank you for bearing with us. I am really proud of what I've accomplished. I think that when you reach the top step at an Ironman World Championships, all you want to do is achieve that again. And so I continue to work for that goal, but I was bested by two amazing athletes today. I'm really happy for Laura. She deserves this title.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea, Sodaro, and congratulations on finishing third here with us today in Nice. Moving now into the silver medal, Kat Matthews, 5th out of the water. A really good swim. I think it was 5th. Talk us through your race.
It started very well, as you just said. I found myself swimming next to Laura and Brandon. Mad.
Wow.
Mad. For about 3K, and then I just died. And then, the bike was really fun. We had some different people throughout the bike, but mainly, like Marjolaine said, the three of us, really quite cool. And I'm really proud of the work that the Canyon team put in, before we came here, to sort of recce it properly and look at the equipment in real detail, along with my husband and his gear ratios. And the run, I'll always not be happy with my run, I think, ever.
Talk us about the dynamics of the race, though, between the three of you, yourself, Laura and Marjolaine on the bike course, because, the commentary was, there's cat and mouse going on here, pardon the pun, but it did look like there was a lot of cat and mouse going on as you made those climbs and then made the descents back into Nice. Talk us through the dynamics of that for us.
So I hit Gordane, 52K, and my coach said, Laura's 3 minutes. I was like, sweet, I'm doing so well right now. Can't believe this. She hasn't caught up at all. Literally 2 minutes later, bam, straight past me, dropped instantly. So I was like, oh, whoops. So desperately tried to work my hardest, but it wasn't, I couldn't put the effort into match Laura's climbing today. It was incredible, and the sustained effort was fair play. And then Laura caught Marjolaine, I believe, before the plateau perhaps, and I worked really hard to get back on, knowing that there was the plateau, which is rolling, not flat. And there was a headwind, so I guess tactically over-exerted there to play with the girls before the descent. And then I think there was a couple of legal sort of Race Ranger. It was amazing. If I'm honest, again, really excelled on this course for us, and we all sort of the three of us moved around quite a lot, and then. It's all a bit blurry, to be honest. Laura beat me on the next climb again. I got dropped again.
But then coming into T2, though. Okay. Okay, coming into T2, though, it looked like you actually came out of the saddle, but you mentioned, coming into T2, it looked like you were overtaking, but actually it was due to Race Ranger again. You didn't want to get caught drafting in that final approach to T2.
Can you imagine doing 179k and then getting a drafting penalty in the last 100 meters? So as Laura took her shoe out, it went red, and I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. Also, really sorry. No, I knew you had 3 minutes on me. So it wasn't about anything about the best bike split or anything like that. So I'm really sorry.
And Kat, sorry, my microphone is playing up. You can't help but the gremlins of technology. Kat, I asked you on Friday at the pre-race press conference what success would look like today. And you said it was all about making your team proud. You and your team must be pretty proud today.
Yeah, it started with this race being a success, and all of the professional athletes came off the mountain. I know that the age group racing is going, I'm not jinxing it, but everyone did really well, and the race was, in my eyes, policed really well. I think the administration was excellent, so I'm really hoping that we were able to, the five of us specifically, or especially, were able to demonstrate that women's sport is in such a great place. But my team, they seem happier than I am, if I'm honest. I think they saw the issues that I had, as we all did, and I think they're just happy that I finished at the end.
Well, congratulations, you did amazing, and everybody is so proud of you. So Kat Matthews representing the United Kingdom in second place today. Lara Philipp, Ironman World Champion. Let's just let that sit there for a second.
I might need a few days. Not really. Like, this is why I wear this medal with pride. It hasn't really sunk in.
And also on Friday, I did ask you what it would mean to you to become the Ironman World Champion. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm summarising a little bit, but you did say you wouldn't be able to tell me until it happened. So can you tell me what it feels like now to be the 2024 VinFast Ironman World Champion?
Well, I'm super proud. I also had, I think like everyone, you have to overcome a few challenges in a race. It probably never goes all perfectly. But I really felt like there was no second where I wasn't focused and giving my best. And even the bike, it's quite a long bike, but it flew by quite fast because I felt so focused on, always, I had like this race plan in my mind, and I tried to push where I felt like it would, play out well. And take it safe where I felt like I need to be safe. And I think I can really say like I was in the zone, like in this flow. And this, I think, is what every athlete is dreaming of for their race, that you're actually, can overcome fatigue and pain because you're kind of lifted by this flow feeling.
A flow feeling, something that we not all of us can find it when we're on the bike course and on such a technical course like that as well. You mentioned as well that you would be chasing. So you were chasing today, came out of the water in the top 20, and then you went on the hunt. Talk me through some of the dynamics, especially with yourself and Kat on the bike course and then on the run course, because you were running shoulder to shoulder for quite a while. Talk me through some of the tactics of the wind and bits and pieces like that.
Yes, so first of all, with the swim, I was pleased. I think it could have been worse, so I knew I still had time to make up if I want to make it to the front, but it could have also been more. So I knew, okay, maybe, I think it was 4 minutes in the beginning. I'm not too sure about that. So I knew the bike would be a patience game. And of course, you always hope that you start to catch athletes right away, but that didn't happen. I had to be patient. I had to wait and do my own thing for quite a while. And while you're, trying to push your best effort, it's a matter of believing that you're actually catching up. We didn't have too much information out on course. It's pretty tough for supporters to get out on such a big bike loop. I just tried to focus on my own game plan. And when I started the big climb up Col de l'Ecre, I was finally starting to catch the other women, or some of them. And of course, Kat, I knew she would also maybe have a similar game plan on the bike like I did. And of course I was pleased that I was able to catch her. And I didn't knew for a long time who was actually riding in the front. Then I heard it's Marjolaine, and I was like, oh my God, okay, she knows the course better than any of us. So I was actually happy to finally catch you at some point. And I thought, okay, now she can show us how to do it. And well, I think we both can be proud that we maybe eventually dropped Marjolaine on the decent, Yeah, I think we've done the Kursrecke maybe also quite good. And the bike was just so much fun. It's so much fun to climb and to have the time trial parts where you know aerodynamic is super important as well. And then to have the descents, and there was, especially fun, to play cat and mouse with Kat, where I felt like, she wants to be the cat and I should be the mouse. Same for the run. I knew coming off the bike, I felt my legs. They were quite heavy from this bike ride. And coming off the bike with an amazing runner like Kat is tough. And we started out pretty fast, I think. And I always looked at my watch and I was like, okay, if Kat can do it, I can do it. If the cat can do it. So, we played a little bit and I got a little bit annoyed at some point. So I decided, okay, if I want to run a bit more on my own pace, let's put it like this, I need to make a move or try to make a move. And surprisingly that played out, and it helped me to run a little bit more relaxed at my own rhythm. And but 4 laps are long, and the straight till the turnaround, I think we all suffered. Especially the conditions were very different. When you were running out with the tailwind, it was super hot. And then the way back, the wind was quite strong. So it wasn't easy, but I was definitely lifted by all the spectators. The atmosphere was amazing. And luckily, there were also quite a few aid stations that supported us as well to keep cool. And the further I came, still in first place, I couldn't really believe it. But of course, at some point, I think it was even Mark, Kat's husband, who told her, this is now it's getting real. Now this is what it takes to become, this kind of fight, and you need to dig deep. And I was actually having these words in my mind as well, like, okay, this is what it takes. Now you have to dig really deep if you want to fulfill like your wildest dream.
Amazing. And speaking about having that self-belief and that motivation and that focus, many people backed you going into this race to take the win, including a former world champion. So did that add an extra bit of motivation, a bit of extra self-belief that, you could finally believe that you could be an Ironman world champion yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely... First, it's weird if people start to tell you stuff like this because, I'm probably not the most self-confident person. So it actually takes some courage to really believe it. And I know how tough my competition is. And I also know that I probably needed a course like this to actually have a chance to get in front of a world championship race. And it felt like things were coming together nicely with this course. And then I was wearing bib number 3 like Sam Laidlow last year. So I thought like, they're like small signs, maybe. And I watched him race over and over again. And I had this picture in my mind. And I just really tried to execute. And if I see my splits on my medal now, I can't really believe it that I actually was able to go this fast. Especially also on the run after the bike. I didn't believe that would happen. I know we were all talking about the run is fast and we will smash PBs. But if you rode this bike course, your legs will tell you a different story.
A fantastic champion, a fantastic advocate for women in sport everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, your VinFast Ironman World Champion 2024, Lara Philipp. So I'd now like to open the room and open the floor to our media here present in Nice. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand and please give us your name and your publication, and Liv will direct everything on the floor here. Do we have anybody with a question? Oh, Liv, we have it here. Off you go. Yep.
Yeah, me.
Go ahead, Tim, yeah.
Yeah, okay, first question's for
Sorry,
Laura.
Tim, to interrupt, just to introduce yourself, please, in your publication.
Oh, okay, Tim Hemming. I'm a freelance journalist here for 220 Triathlon and for other publications as well.
Thank you.
First question is to Laura. Laura, can you just let everyone know what age you started with triathlon, started swimming, and also what that could mean as a source of inspiration for other people who are looking for this sport, looking to Ironman, both men and women?
Yeah, so I have no background in swim, bike, or run. The only sports I did when I was younger was rock climbing, and then I cycled to school, and there was 60K every day, so I did do a bit of base training there, but I never knew...
Sorry, did you just say 60K every day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was actually faster than public transport. That was the only reason why I started it. But then I came around, like I got inspired by some friends doing a triathlon relay, and I wanted to, try a triathlon. And for this, I had to learn how to swim, and that was when I was 24. And it was tough, and it took me quite a while to swim freestyle more than 50 meters without stopping. Looking back, I should have just taken on a swim class maybe to learn the technique, and but I simply hadn't been in touch with like the sport or any kind of competitive sport, so I also didn't have like the people who maybe could give me advice. And then I met my husband and coach Philipp, and he was actually the first one. Yeah, he told me what you train on your own is rubbish. You won't develop like this, and can I maybe just give you a little bit of advice? And I said, okay, let's do it. And that was, he was the first person who was actually working with me on technique in swim, bike, and run. And that's already quite a few years ago now. And sitting here as the Ironman World Champion makes me so proud for our small little team because I know all the work he's putting in, and we don't take this for granted. Sometimes, we have to pinch ourselves how far we actually have come in a sport, where I never dreamed of that I would be actually good at.
Thank you. And your parents didn't get arrested? Your parents didn't get arrested for making you cycle 60K? Just a quick one to Marjolaine, if possible. And I was just going to ask, do you have any advice for the men who are coming in next year about how to pace the course properly and including Clermont?
I think you need to have like good legs. Sometimes you're not really nice when you go on your bike, and it was like this for me at the beginning of this season. And sometimes you don't know why, maybe due to your coach, and he picked extremely well for make performance. And I think I just listened my body and just push on my pedal. I was quite flying on the uphill, and it was like easy. And I think you need to make a plan, know your watts, and try to be always with some, like, how can I say? Not go too fast and take some energy on your back and say, maybe I will put this on the marathon. Don't go too crazy and make some recipe like Kat and Laura and all the other girls to vary, the bike course. When you have in mind the entire loop, it's so much better.
I think you need to bring enough snacks.
Thank you so much, Tim. Do we have any more questions from our media gathered here with us in Nice? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Kevin McKinnon with Triathlon Magazine. Kat, I saw you. I was just behind when you stopped with that cramp. Can you sort of talk about what was maybe going through your head? I'm sure a lot of us were kind of worried you weren't going to be able to keep going, but you seemed to bounce back, but I'm guessing it wasn't as easy as you made it look.
Which time? Me and my husband have a thing where I'm like, cramp's not a real thing. People blame cramp all the time, and I roll my eyes and I think, it's just an excuse. But oh my goodness. Honestly, my entire lower body, including my back, just like KO'd. At one point, my lower back spasmed, super weird. Obviously, it's just mainly muscular fatigue. And and then it sort of like traveled into my hamstring, and my hamstring just like actually cramped, had to physically stop. So that was the moment at, I don't know, 28k, where I was like, oh, I don't know what to do about this. But luckily I was in a really nice place where everyone was all super cheery, lots of spectators to watch me suffer, but they got me back going, and I then luckily was able to get to the next aid station, compose myself, and just, I was running still quite well in between periods of aid stations, and just like moments of where, I don't know, the other calf went, then the quad went, then my other hamstring went. Honestly, mind-blowing. So that's something that I hope to not overanalyze or spend too much time thinking about. I say because I probably will, weeks and weeks. And so yeah, it was a foregone that Laura was then off, done, and in a way it took some of the stress out of that. It's a bit sad in my mind. I guess I was sort of giving up, but one spectator said, "Don't give up," and I thought, yeah, okay, fine. I won't. Luckily, at that time for me, Chelsea was not running as fast as I thought she would be, and so I didn't have this added pressure of like you've got to hold sub 4 minute Ks, so I could take my time and make it to the finish.
Thank you, Kevin. Any more questions? Yeah, we've at the front here, please.
Kelly O'Mara at Feisty Media. I already asked Kat this earlier, and I think we know what Laura thinks. So maybe, Chelsea, could you speak to what you thought of this as a championship course, and having just the women out there? Like, did it change dynamic? Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, I've been a strong advocate for an all-women's world championship. I think it's really important that the women's world champion crosses the finish line first and has proper media coverage, that you're all really here to witness the women doing amazing things. So I thought it was a spectacular day. I really enjoyed the preparation. I think we were all very well equipped to handle a course like this, and it was phenomenal.
Thank you, Kelly. Any more questions? One more question just here over on the left-hand side, please.
Sam Twine, Triathlon Insights. Kat, you talked about your swim that you were with Lauren Brandon. I think all 5 of you had career best swims, especially at a World Championship. Did you do anything differently? Any tactical differences?
I think my swim has progressed. Mine are a small blip a couple of years ago, just every year. And that's really rewarding for me, and I know that that's not the same for everyone, but in the last 2 years I've been training. We moved house specifically to train in a 50-metre pool nearly full time. I'll only go on a camp where there's a 50-metre pool, and I think that's really vital for me. The training partner I train with, Sam Proctor, he's got really great structure to his training, so I piggyback on as much as I can. And recently I've been able to hit some like actual VO2 sessions. So for me, I think I've got the technique to be able to work really hard, and I've noticed a real difference that I can. It's like I've got gears in the swim now, whereas I feel like before I just had really hard or just easy. So that's a big sort of stepping stone for me. But yeah, my husband's been saying for a while, like you're swimming so well in training, like you should have. There will be a race where you will have, a career best. And I can't believe it was today. It was pretty cool.
Fantastic, thank you. Any more questions? Okay, I think it's time that we almost wrap it up and let these ladies go celebrate. So, final question to the panel. How are you going to celebrate your success today?
Going to have some beers with some family and friends.
Okay, Nikki, Kat?
I'm hoping that Laura and I can share a drink with our Canyon team, and then hopefully over the rest of the evening see all of my family and friends who came out here to support me.
Lara?
Yes, I think we're soon having actually a first probably dinner for a celebration with my partners and family and friends who came here to support me.
Fantastic. Chelsea?
I'm still pretty messed up.
Yeah. I think the microphone just doesn't like you, Chelsea.
Sorry, guys.
There you go.
I will be having dinner with the 3 dudes who have been following me around this week. They're starting a podcast. It's called On Your Right. And then hopefully tomorrow I will celebrate with my whole team because I have amazing partners and managers and awesome people here supporting me.
Fantastic. And Marjolaine?
I'm going to take my bike and all my stuff. It's going to be an amazing night, and I'm going to try to enjoy with my family who came from Rhode Island.
Amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your top 5 professional female athletes at the VinFast Ironman World Championship: Nikki Bartlett, Marjolaine Pierre, Chelsea Sodaro, Kat Matthews, and your champion, Lara Philipp. That now concludes our post-race press conference. Thank you all so much for being here with us on this historic day for women's sport and for women in Ironman. Thank you so much. I'm heading back to the finish line. Now, sorry.